name is Lana, and as you may or may not know, I'm doing a collab with Ryan Casada.
Hi Lana, thank you so much for having me on your channel.
If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I'm new to the LGBT plus community here on YouTube, and I've really been wanting to learn more and get to know a lot of the people in the community. So today I'm doing a collab with Ryan Casada, and we're talking about being transgender, and he's kind of answering some questions. I asked some of my YouTube friends and some of my close friends to ask some questions for this video, and they sent in some questions, and Ryan is going to be answering them today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let's hit it. So the first question I have for you today is, how do you distinguish what is a phase and what is real?
What's a phase and what isn't? I mean, I guess sometimes it's hard to tell. For me, it was pretty easy. As soon as I met another transgender person, I realized, okay, like this is what I am, and I just knew it, and it just seemed right, and I knew that it wasn't a phase. Also, there's nothing wrong with phases either. People need to experiment, and we should allow people to experiment.
What defines your transition? For some people who aren't in the LGBTQ plus community, they might think that it has to do with, getting on some sort of hormones or getting a surgery. So what does it mean to you? What is the transition to you?
And I think what defines my transition is that I was assigned female at birth, but I feel completely male in my head, heart, and in my soul.
What does gender feel like?
What does gender feel like? That's like an impossible question to answer. It's like really hard to even explain what gender is. Gender is just like how I feel. It's just something that I know about myself, the same way I know that my favorite color is red and that I like spaghetti. It's just the same thing, like I just know it.
Would you have transitioned earlier in your life, or do you feel like you transitioned at a good time for you?
If I was given the opportunity to transition earlier in my life, I wouldn't take it. I think that I transitioned at the right time for me, and that everyone's path is different, and it doesn't matter if you come out sooner or later. It's just, as long as you come out and you could be happy, and that's all in your time.
Was money an issue when getting your top surgery, and what advice would you give someone who doesn't have the money to get the surgeries that they would like?
Money wasn't an issue for me when getting my top surgery, and I'm really lucky for that. Also, my top surgery was really inexpensive compared to a lot of people, and I guess that's like time-wise, I'm not really sure. Advice that I would give to people that are having trouble is do a fundraiser and call your insurance company and see if your insurance company will cover your surgery, because a lot of insurance companies do cover transgender related surgeries now, which is really awesome.
What is the toughest struggle that you've been through as a transgender, and what has that taught you?
The hardest obstacle in my transition was getting my dad to call me Ryan and use male pronouns and support me in general. He had a really hard time in the beginning, and the breaking point was when I finally educated him about how I was feeling all of the time, and I told him, I can't shower with my eyes open. That's how dysphoric I am, and that's when he finally understood it. And it's taught me that in order for people to understand, sometimes you have to open up to them, and that's what I had to do with my dad.
Are you religious, and has that conflicted with your gender identity?
Am I religious, and does that conflict with my gender identity? No, I'm not religious. I am spiritual though, and my higher power is my higher power, and my higher power loves me regardless of my gender identity. And that's how everyone's God should be, if you have a God or want to have a God.
When is the right time to let someone that you're dating know that you are transgender?
When I date someone, I tell them right away that I'm transgender. I don't want any unknown, and I don't want to also be like, if they don't like transgender people, I don't want them to be like, oh well, I'm not going to date you, and then I'm already falling in love with them or something, so I just tell them straight from the start, and if they don't like it, then too bad.
If we have a friend that is transitioning, what is the best way to react when they tell us, and how can we support them?
If a friend comes out to you as transgender, you should totally welcome them with open arms and tell them that you support them, and ask them what name and pronouns they would like to use if they're ready to make that change yet. And just be an open ear, because a lot of transgender people don't have anyone to talk to, so it's really important to just listen sometimes.
Is there anything important that you feel like we should know before we wrap it up?
I think that's all I want to say. So yeah, thank you so much for having me on your channel. Peace.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan, for teaching us about the transgender community. I think it's so inspiring how open and honest you are. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. Go over and check out the video that we did on Ryan's channel. It'll be linked down below. It's all about my sexuality. I hope you guys enjoyed that video just as much. Give that video a thumbs up too. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!